Hello! Well, hello everyone. It's me, Christine, again. I have returned. I am missing a Menchie, though. Menchie, come back. I thought she would miss me. Menchie's like, I'm good. Hello everyone. It's good to see you guys in the chat. I know I was like here on Saturday, but it feels like it's been an entire year. Where is Menchie? She went downstairs. She came in here and then she was like, actually, no. I quit. Oh, I just heard her sneeze in the hall. Menchie, no. How is everyone? So yeah, today I'm streaming 2 hours and 11 minutes later than normal because I was away, and we're just gonna chill and talk about my trip. That's all we're doing. We're not playing Dream Daddy. We're done Dream Daddy, by the way, in case you missed that last week. We are done Dream Daddy. I found my Dream Daddy. It has been after all this time. Yes, Master Jennifer, the Hollow Queen actually left the house. What? And funny enough, I left the house with my sister, also named Jennifer. So yeah, even though this is kind of my normal stream time, it does feel like I've left the Earth for some time, and now I'm back to tell you, how outer space was. But it's good to see you guys here. Silly Munchkins for Life, Laura, Princess Blingy, CC, Angel Simmer, Amateur Nail Art, Glamour, Babaful, Cosmic Glitter, Andrea C, the lawyer trainee, Kachia, Jennifer, Jamie, Mermaids, Nintendo. What is this? What are these gaming? What is this? Ben, guys, Ben streamed on, on Monday. And I don't know what he did. I tuned in for like 1 second because that's all I had. I typed in the chat and then I was like, see you later. Normally I'm there. So I have no idea. You guys better tell me if Ben did something, that I would be like, Ben, stop. Yeah, anyways. So today is Wednesday. Ben was very naughty while I was away. Oh my God. He drank water. He tested water. I'm glad he's drinking water. We should all drink water. Everyone drink water. He ranked water. I just drank water. Talk about Johnny Depp? No, because I missed the last 2 days of trial. Or 3 days. I'm going to rewatch every single live stream of the trial. So I have lots of content to catch up on, which is great. I love having more content to listen to, like in the background while I do things. So I'm excited is the wrong word, but I am looking forward to consuming that content in the coming days. Is that tea? Man, my tea. I had so much tea while I was gone, by the way.
Who was giving you tea?
Random people.
I want to hear about it. Also, were you hearing from the outside world while you were gone? Like, did you hear about the trial? Did you hear about Twitter?
Yeah, I saw some, like, my sister looks at a lot of TikTok, so there was a lot of TikToks made about some snippets from the trial. So I did see some of that, but I prefer to watch it at source. So I'm going to go back and watch, and I've been watching it this whole time. But I want to go back to where I left off, kind of like, a TV series, you go back to where you left off.
Okay.
So I can listen to it for myself, that's all. But like, you can, it's not like I'm saying no spoilers. This is literally like someone's real life. No such thing as spoilers.
Yeah, let me know if you need it.
Thanks for the tea. It's lovely. I had like 18 million cups of tea in the last 3 days, guys. I'm doing well. Ben's stream is utter chaos. Yeah, I believe it. Okay, so why don't we just get into what I'm gonna do today, which is share some pictures from my trip. I didn't take like that much, it wasn't a content trip, but I just thought it would be fun just for a little bit. Probably won't spend longer than an hour here on stream, so just a short little stream, just to show you guys what's up. And yeah, my journey outside the house, like a big deal for me. It's been 2.5 years. First time I left the house, went somewhere. Yeah, and I didn't go far. I only went 3.5 hours away. Well, first I went to Toronto. Excuse me. Oh, welcome to the mods. Oh, sorry. Okay. The music, can you turn down a little bit? My bad, I'll turn it down. Holo combo, and any other mods who are here with me right now. So my sister and I first went to Toronto, like the greater Toronto area from where my family is from, because we were picking out a tree for my dad. So my grandfather, who died when I was like 15, my dad's dad, has a tree. Like you plant a tree in honor of the loved one for whatever reason, actually, like not just because someone died, but people were planting trees like for their retirement. I'm like, Ben, do you want a tree? No. People were planting trees to commemorate like anniversaries. There's like trees planted randomly, which is like kind of cool, I guess. Good for the environment, and also gives you somewhere to go. But yeah, so you can like plant a tree for someone. And we went there with some family to pick out a tree. Unfortunately, the trees weren't bloomed enough, so the arborist still had to come and like identify which tree is what type of tree. Like, is this a red maple or is it a sugar bush? So the person who was there with us wasn't completely sure, because they're just like the organizers of the who gets what tree committee. So we picked out some tentative trees, but we can't finalize the tree choice for my dad's memory until like another month from now, because they gotta figure out which trees and like check the inventory and make sure it's available. Your grandpa has a tree in honor of him too? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people do that, especially if there's room to do that. So like if you live downtown Toronto, there's no room for trees. But my family's from like upper north of Toronto, so yeah, it's gonna be in the same tree yard where my grandfather is. So yeah. So that's why my sister and I went down to the Toronto area, and then after that, she had actually purchased me a trip to a local spa, like an hour and a half away from Toronto. She gave it to me for my birthday and then said, we're gonna go at some point next year. You don't have a choice. You're coming with me. So it was a birthday present from my sister to take me to the spa for like a sister trip. So we decided, since my dad's tree thing and the spa were somewhat close together along the same road trip, to just make it into one trip. So that's what we did. We went to the tree thing first in the greater Toronto area, and then drove an hour and a half-ish back towards the Ottawa direction for the spa, and then spent 2 nights at the spa, and then just drove home today. So I'm like, I'm kind of tired because I've been at the spa. But yeah, it was super nice of her. This was her birthday present to me, and it was just us. Sisters be like that. Yeah. We love a traveling simply. I mean, like, it was a lot of traveling for me, but it was also hardly traveling for many people, because it was literally just going to my family and then, you know, an hour in between. Looks so empty without Menchie. I know. Menchie! She's mad at me every time we leave the house, which is like never, but especially more. She's like mad whenever we leave. She's mad. So I do have some pictures that I can show you. Although I will say this computer is really annoying for showing pictures imported from a Mac, so we're gonna try our best. So it's been so long since I've used a Windows computer to like show pictures and do a slideshow that the only way I can open like 40 pictures at once is to click select all and then open all of them, but then they all open in their like individual window, so I can't click next. I don't understand. I'm just too used to a Mac. Anyways, these pictures may not be in the right order, but I have about 40 pictures from my sister and I's time at the spa / at my dad's tree yard. There's just like a couple pictures there. So here's the adventures of Simply and Jane. This was at the spa. Here's a picture of nature, guys. Nature. Let's get a round of applause for nature. Something I rarely see, unless I look out the window, but nature. For those who are interested, the spa we went to is St. Anne's Spa. It's in Grafton, Ontario. Not sponsored, But my sister had been there before once, so she thought like, oh, this is a good place to bring me. I had never been there before. This is a random pond. Oh, there's the back of the main lodge of the spa. So it's kind of like a castle, which is kind of cool if you like the old school castle-y vibes. Apparently this spa, although it didn't used to exist as a spa, but this structure has been around for like 100 years. It's kind of ridiculous. And then a family eventually turned it into a resort, like a spa. So it's a spa where you can stay. Nature is a rare artifact. Yeah, I know. There are no arrow keys for people asking. Like, that's just not, I don't know what happened. What is wrong with Windows? Like, I can't figure it out. Anyway, so this is what we're gonna do. Here's us walking around on day one. There's lots of paths. There's lots of forest trails. It was kind of chilly, so it wasn't like the nicest weather, but it was still, you know, acceptable to go with a fall jacket or whatever. So here's Jen looking like a doof on the bridge. She's, you can see they had to put a bridge here because of all the rocks. Yeah, you wouldn't want to fall into the rocks. Here's me, looking like I'm relaxing. That's the, that's the face of, bitch, I'm relaxing, okay? Got my water bottle. What is this? There's just lots of stuff on the land. Like, the family who owns the farm, it's also a farm. So it's a spa, a farm. There's so much property there. There's tons of trails, and then there's like rock gardens everywhere. You selling nail powder? Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. I'm leisuring. This is me leisuring. Look, I'm so mad. Like, Jen, take my picture. This is to prove that I was there. So I made sure to take a couple selfies just so we had proof that I was in fact there. There was this little like seesaw thing where you can sit on a bench. So we had lunch there on the first day. We had lunch that my aunt had packed for us. And then I was just chilling in there. Oh, rewind. A day earlier, I was at my aunt and uncle's house. This is their cat, Sydney, which I had to include because their cat's so fucking cute. This was not at the spa. This was at my aunt and uncle's house. But yeah, look at this face. Like, she's so cute. She does have like a little, like, some people on Snapchat had asked, like, why is her face like that? One of her lips is just kind of like that. She's just really cute. She has a lot of personality. She's a bit of an older kitty, but she's like super small, and I just love her. She's so cute. So her name is Sydney. You thought Sydney was Zyler? No, if you compared Sydney to Zyler, Zyler's like this big, Sydney's like this. My uncle had a magnifying glass that had a light on it, so I took a picture of my nails. That's all. My aunt made oatmeal cookies, so I had to take a picture. This one's for you, Ben, because of course my aunt made them better than both of us. They were so good. They were like oatmeal shortbread cookies. I know you can't taste them, but like, I don't know, I just had to take a picture. This is also a picture of Sydney. This is also still not the spa, but you know, I had to take a picture. Little Sydney. So cute. Looks like could be Zyler's sister. There she is with my nails to prove I was there. This was at my dad's tree spot. There was some swans. Not just his tree. There's like a whole bunch of trees. It's community land in the GTA, so it's like heritage land where technically developers can't build, something like that. There's a lot of that kind of green space in the Greater Toronto area, like once you're far away from downtown. Here's these swans that looked really cool. Look, they're so big too. Like, these swans are like this big. Anyways, I rarely see swans, but I thought they were cool. This is me and Jen at the tree location. We are accidentally matching. And one funny thing is that we always wore burgundy. I don't know what it is. Both of us had like 3 burgundy sweaters or shirts, and we didn't know that the other one packed that, and we just like looked the same the entire trip. Here's a picture of me at dinner that Jen took. We had one miniature bottle of champagne for one of the dinners. And I also had tea. Don't worry, I have pictures of tea, don't worry. Again, these pictures are not in proper order. But yeah, don't I look relaxed, refreshed, and ready for tea? This is a picture in our room that my sister took when I was sleeping. This was probably in between like spa treatments or going into the pools. I have a picture of the pools, you'll see in a sec. And I just kind of was like so tired, so I just sat there and laid my head back and fell asleep. We stayed in the same room. I don't really have pictures of the room, but my sister got one room and we just slept in the same king size bed. So, you know, I just kicked her a little bit in her sleep, but we always slept together when we were like in Florida. Like, I don't know if other siblings are different, but Jen and I like always sleep in the same bed. We literally don't care. Relaxing is hard work, exactly. You spy the hollow slippers? Yeah, of course. I was wearing my slippers. You can't go to the spa and not wear your hollow taco slippers. This is me throwing a rock into the pond. That's after the throw. And I'm smiling. I was trying to skip rocks, you know? Be one with nature. Vibe with nature. Throw the rocks. They did not skip so well, but I tried. Good form? Thanks, Ben. Here's having tea. Okay, like some of the more important pictures are coming. If we look relaxed and refreshed and rejuvenated, it's probably because we spent like hours in the spa tubs and the pools. And I had 18 cups of tea, probably more than that. So the way this place works is they make their own teas, or they have like their custom teas. There's like 10 or 15 of them. And you can choose from a menu of teas at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But then they also have afternoon tea where they book you into a time slot where you go into the dining hall just for afternoon tea. And then you basically just like pick another tea that you get to try, and you get like a whole thing of high tea, you know, fancy foods. Pretty sure I have a picture of that too somewhere in there. But the theme is definitely tea, so it made me feel very welcome. Here's some food. This was a salad. I think this was a candied walnut salad with goat cheese. Oh my god, it was so good. Oh, this is hummus, Ben. That's hummus, just so you know. This is Jen looking fabulous. This was today's breakfast, I think. What did she eat? Let's see. She had an eggie. That's female bacon. That's a Canadian thing. On an English muffin with some salad, bacon, and potatoes. I had creme brulee French toast, but I didn't take a picture. Or I don't think I added the picture here. This is me and Jen in between treatments. I don't have many pictures of like the two of us looking spotty because I was not gonna ask a random stranger to take our picture. So yeah, I'm not good at that. I'm not gonna ask someone to take our picture. So were you worried that the spa products would make your skin flare up? So I checked the ingredients of every single thing before anyone did anything, and luckily with oils, like the essential oils or massage oils, I'm not allergic to like anything in an oil. It's usually in creams or like shampoos. So I brought my own shampoo and conditioner just to be safe, and then I checked the ingredients of any of the like the soaks or the, what's it called, like the body souffle stuff, like the creamy stuff. I checked the ingredients, and to my surprise, the brand of skincare they have there was like super natural, so they didn't have anything that I was allergic to, or not even like anything remotely related to the family of products I'm allergic to. So yeah, it was all good. But I also didn't choose any of the riskier treatments. Like I didn't do any facials, just is not for me, just because I'm too afraid. I just did like a body exfoliating thing for sensitive skin. I got a massage, which is just like, you know, massage oil. And then I did a pedicure thing without painting, like just like a foot therapy where they like shave off the dry skin and shit. And Jen did a scalp massage, and her hair is still greasy. But it's like good greasy, and I kind of wish that I did it because my hair's so like frizzy naturally. I wish that I had done it because my hair would probably feel amazing. So if I ever did a treatment again, I'd probably do like the scalp hair treatment because it sounds really good. Siblongs or datinh? What do you think, chat? Siblongs or datinh? If you know, you know. Yes, I bought this merch as our spa uniform. So if you recall, my sister and I, we did a stream. She joined me the one time we streamed together, like probably a few months ago, and we played Siblings or Dating, where you had to guess whether or not two people were related as siblings or whether they were dating. And, you know, we are Siblongs, not datinh. So I got us this merch just because I thought it was funny. It's funny for like 5 seconds, you know, like it's funny for like a picture. I bought it from like their web store on Instagram. Also the fact that it's dark red. Yeah, I know. I just like burgundy. Okay, what is the chat? All right, 28% of you think we're dating. Wow, that's wild. Oh, this was so nice. This was like a gazebo, but made of clear plexiglass. And so it was outside, so you could go in it and turn on their fire that didn't actually make heat. There was like another heater underneath here that made heat. It's like a fake fire. But it would still warm up this room, and we sat there and drank tea because it got really cold at night. So it was like 5 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's cold. It's like almost freezing. So we'd sit there, drink tea, and then it started raining, which was fine because it only rained at night. It didn't rain during the day. But this was like super cozy. Here's my Siblong making a mess at dinner. This is her eating dessert and, you know, spreading the drugs everywhere. I made fun of her. I'm like, Jen, I've got the evidence. Yep, that's going on the internet. The food was so good. I mean, as you would expect from a spa that is known for their food, but everything's like local and fresh because it's literally in the middle of nowhere. All they have is farms out there. So all their stuff is like farm to table. They actually have a lot of like gluten-free stuff too, like the bakery there. It's like a local bakery that does all the spa's baked goods. They make their own ice cream, which was so good. The best flavors were strawberry rhubarb, my favorite. And then Jen liked blueberry lavender, which is that one you can't see because she ate it. It was so good, and I don't even like blueberries, but it was delicious. But did they serve garbage bowls? Well, I kind of made everything into a garbage bowl. I just mixed it together. Here's us having more tea. We do look like our skin looks really good, but it's kind of one of those illusions because when you spend all day breathing in eucalyptus oil, going into steam saunas, sitting in the hot tubs, and just getting the essence of the spa oils and, you know, the bubblies and whatever, it kind of just does this to your skin. Here you go. Proof. Stop and smell the roses. I thought that was cute. So this whole thing was like a rose field. None of them were budding yet, but I guess like because it's not quite the season. I believe that happens in next month. What's the spa called? I was at St. Anne's Spa, which is in Grafton, Ontario. The lazy gradient, yeah. I still have them on. Actually, there's going to be a video on the Holo Taco TikTok. I mean, you guys have already seen this if you watched my stream, but there'll be a short video on these exact ones. So they have a farm, and there was horses, cows, and a cat. I have a picture of the cat, don't worry. But my sister was obsessed with the cows, and the guide said that it was okay to approach and let the cow lick you. So I was a little too scared because of my nails. Honestly, I'm like, I don't want to take the risk. What if the cow decides he wants, to take a bite? But Jen totally went for it, and the cow was super friendly and just started licking her hand. So look at her photo, though. I think she got him with his tongue out. There's no look, she's like laughing. Look, there's his tongue. Yeah, so she's a true cowgirl now. Cow is so happy. Look at his eyeball. He's like, oh, your nails look amazing. But yeah, we just went to see the cows chilling. Here's a cat. So they have stables with horsies, but all the horsies were out, so I didn't get a chance to go like pat their head in the stable because they were all out in the grass. But there was a cat that's just like the barn cat, and he was so cute. I don't know its name or if it's a he or she. Cat, 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 cat. Yeah, I know exactly. That was me. I saw a cat and I'm like, horses? I don't care. There's a kitty. No, I'm just kidding. The horses were too far, so I didn't really get a chance to like go up close, but we did see the cows and the kitty up close. Look at the kitty. He was so friendly. Don't worry, I washed my hands after touching farm animals, but like, oh my god, he rolled right over onto the gravel. He was so happy to see humans. He was so friendly, like the friendliest outdoor cat that I think I've ever met. So cute. Did you just say horsies with the E sound? Yes, horsies. Horses, horsies, whatever. My cat is very interested right now. I'm sure if my cats are watching this downstairs, they're so jealous because like, look at this. He's like, yes, simply not logical, scratching me with her nails. Be jealous. To the spa, to the barns. So we did a lot of walking. There was an option to take the shuttles everywhere, but we were like, no. We're just gonna walk everywhere. We had a map. We were trying to figure out where to go. There's a lot of like human path trails. You can walk places. Nothing's that far, but it's probably a good 15-minute walk from the spa to the barns. And then we also walked, there was like a cemetery nearby, which is kind of sad because apparently in the 1800s, a lot of like young children died in that cemetery. And so for some reason, it's like an interesting attraction that you're supposed to go to the cemetery and note how young the children were based on the graves. They don't really say why, which was like my question. Like, wouldn't there be like a plaque that explains what's going on here? So I'd probably have to do more research. But yeah, we walked to the cemetery to see some of the graves. They're all related to like the families of the people who founded this town, from what I understand. But yeah, some history. And the cemeteries and like the family trees in this area start in the 1700s. It's like the earliest noted person related to this land out there was like born in the 1700s. They died in the cemetery? No, I don't think so. 1800s. Why were there lots of child deaths? No vaccine. Maybe it's related to like not having vaccines and, you know, worse healthcare just because the year is 1800 and something for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not much of a history buff on that one, but that sounds like it makes sense. But yeah, so we did a lot of walking, so my legs are actually really tired. There was a lot of uphill stuff. We went to the spa, to the barns, and here's a great picture of us and this guy. We basically just wanted to look like this guy. There was so many sculptures of like this kind of stuff. Is that like Greek? I don't even know. Like there's just so much of this everywhere. I guess the idea is that it's like calming in a garden, so you like to see sculptures. But thank you, Kachia. I'm really happy that you look to have fun with Jen on that trip, and Ben made the Tati water stream such a good week for all of us. Well, I'm glad you guys are having a good week. It's good to hear. I had a good time too. But I'm happy to be home. It's Roman inspired, maybe. I think there was a lot of Christian inspiration in this particular hotel or spa, though. Just like some of the portraits, the pictures. There was a lot of like paintings of Jesus and like, you know, that kind of stuff. But I guess this doesn't have to do with that. Here is the only picture I could take on auto self-timer because I really wanted a picture of us in one of the pools. Just to give you an idea. So apologies, it's like crooked, but I had to take this with timer. So these pools were so nice. They're basically hot tubs, not really pools, but this was the lower one. And then up here, there's a whole deck with another pool. And then on the other side, it's basically like a copy paste of the same thing. There was an upper deck pool and then a lower one. And they had like the spa therapy jets, so you could turn on the jets, and it was so great. It was, yeah, it was awesome. It's called St. Anne's, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there was also a Bible, like, left in the room. So, yeah. How did your hair not freeze? Did you get a cold? Well, it wasn't minus... Like, it wasn't freezing during the day. It was only freezing at night. So it wasn't that... Like, the air was cold enough to make you want to get in the water. But, like, not like Canadian frozen winter. Bibles are in almost all hotel rooms in the U.S., really? I think, like, when I've been to the U.S. hotels, I hear you. But in Canada, I find it's, like, not as common. Unless it's, I guess, called St. Anne's. Here's my beautiful thumbnail and Jen's naked middle fingernail. We had tea lattes. So while they had a wonderful selection of, like, plain teas, they also did tea lattes. So this was a decadent chocolate chai tea latte. And this was a vanilla almond matcha, which I also tried. We like shared, we tried each other's, and it was so good. Once we tried them, every time at lunch, we decided to take them to go because lunches and dinner is all inclusive when you're a guest there. So there's no prices on the menu. You just order whatever you want, which is like, I don't know. I don't really have that experience that often. So we would, they'd be like, just order 3 appetizers, order 3 dinners between you guys, order stuff to go, whatever you want. That's just how it is. So when we learned that, we were like, okay, so we took one of these to go after every meal, whether it was a regular tea or a latte, just because like it was kind of fun. Then you'd walk around the property with your to-go cup. And you can go sit down, relax, lounge outside of the dining hall. Yeah, chocolate chai, I know. I just noticed which finger that is. Yeah, of course. This is Jen. So fancy. It was very fancy. Yeah. It sounds cool to have everything included. I've been to one all-inclusive vacation, like a resort in the Dominican Republic once, like probably 20 years ago. Maybe not 20, like 15 years ago. Where everything was included and you just like, you go to the banquet hall or the breakfast hall and eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's just a buffet. But this was a little bit different because you had to book a time, or they actually schedule your itinerary because you tell them what treatments you want and then they'll schedule it and they'll tell you what time lunch is, they'll tell you what time your afternoon tea is, which was actually really smart because that way they make sure that there's not going to be too many people at lunch at the same time, so that not everyone goes to lunch at 12:30. Lunch was between, I don't know, 11:30 and 2. That may not be accurate, but something like that. And then they assigned you a time slot, and then they organized it around the treatments that they book. So if like you get a massage, they know to give you enough time in between. So it's kind of like an all-inclusive thought-out vacation where they kind of plan for you, if that makes sense. And then you didn't have to worry about bringing like your wallet or anything anywhere because you've already paid up front or whatever at the end. Ooh, here's a garbage bowl. I mixed it together. This was so good. This was a power bowl. This was a sweet potato puree. Oh my God, it was so good. There was quinoa, broccoli, onions. These were roasted chickpeas, Ben. Roasted chickpeas? No planning stress? Yeah, kind of. You just have to pick your activities and then they plan your day. And then I got shrimpies. I tried the chicken too, but then I liked the power bowl so much that I did it again with shrimp. You've only been on one all-inclusive vacation? Well, now technically two. This was my second all-inclusive vacation. And Jen paid for it. It was her gift to me. Here's one of the saunas, which I probably shouldn't take my phone in because, you know, it would have, you know, overheated, but it's fine. So this is us hopping back in between the pools and the sauna. I love saunas, honestly. I love saunas so much. Like, I wish I had one. Because personally with eczema, where my skin just flares up so much just from being in the cold, just existing in Canadian winter, my skin hates that. So being able to go into a steam sauna, it feels so good on your skin. And all my skin feels like amazing right now, which is wonderful. And I like breathing in the sauna air. Is it common for vacations to be all? I don't think so. I don't think it's super common for all vacations to be all-inclusive. Most trips I've been on were not all-inclusive. It just depends on, like, some resorts in the Caribbean are like all-inclusive, and that's the whole appeal. Or like cruise ships are sometimes all-inclusive, maybe not the alcohol. And then there's some spas like this one that are all-inclusive because I guess it's designed to make you not stress and worry. Like, you don't have to bring your wallet to dinner. You can just order whatever you want and just come whenever you want or don't come. Like, and that's kind of the vibe. This is us walking down. We walked 2 kilometers to go to and from their workout room. So we didn't just relax there, guys. No. We did not just relax. Jen signed us up for 2 separate workouts. So the day we got there at like noon. We had lunch outside, and then we had a workout at 2:30. We did like circuit training, and so we walked all the way there, and there was an instructor there, and no one else was in our class. No one else signed up for both days that we went to the fitness instruction. No one else signed up, so we basically had a private trainer to ourselves, which is great. I guess, like, honestly, the clientele of this spa did not necessarily look like the people who wanted to go there and work out, but I was really, like, surprised and happy to see that they did have an entire full gym, which normally a lot of these spas, like, don't really have. They're just, like, pools, and maybe there's one spin room or something, or, like, a treadmill. But no, they had a full-ass gym, but it was, like, a kilometer away, so you could either take a shuttle bus or you could walk, because the spa is kind of all over the place. They have different things within walking distance. But yeah, I was happy that they had a full workout room. They had like machine weights and everything. They even had a treadmill that was in a hot tub, which we didn't do because we just didn't have time, but that looked so cool. So I didn't take a picture of us working out, but I did take a picture of us walking on the way back from the workout. So yeah, I ended up having a personal trainer kick our asses. Just used a lot of like machine equipment and basically did a circuit. So my arms are actually sore from that because we worked out 2 days in a row, but I really feel like doing that makes going to get a massage or relaxing in the saunas feel so much better, because it's just like, it just feels like, oh my God, your body's actually exhausted from doing the hard work from the workout, and then you're like, yes, in the sauna or the pools. Treadmill in a hot tub, yeah, I know. I didn't take a picture. But it's like, it looks like a giant long hot tub, and then there's a conveyor belt at the bottom so people could walk on it. And the idea is that it's really good for people with bad joints. So I'm like, hi. No, we didn't have time to try it though, because it was it was at the kilometer away location from where we were technically staying. It was in the workout room. I don't think it's a common thing, guys, to have a treadmill in the hot tub, but it's probably like incredibly expensive. This one's for all the Brits out there. Anyone from the UK? Would you like some tea with that milk? This is actually oat milk, just so you know. It's not normal milk. I love that they had every possible type of milk. I poured so much oat milk in my tea, but it was so good and it just like looked too good to take a picture. This is the view from our room, so you can see some of the spa or the pools. So that's where we spent a lot of time. It wasn't quite a balcony, but the doors opened up just so you can get some fresh air. And then you can see there's like tables outside. It was kind of chilly to just sit there unless there was like a fire around. But here's like the many levels. There was a pool there, and then if you went down, that's where the other two pools were from the other picture. A Juliet balcony? Is that what it's called? What's a Juliet balcony? The building is so pretty. Yeah, it's very old school. It's like a castle, and it was built in 1800 and something. Like a long ass time ago. It's probably on the internet. There's like a whole history with the building. Of course, they probably have updated some rooms here and there, but it's generally, like even walking through all the corridors and the rooms, it does feel like it was built a long time ago. And it doesn't let me open links from YouTube. It just links to this because it's not giving. Yeah, I know. There's a problem with YouTube links. You'd have to just tell me the actual name and I can search it. Hi, Simply. I sent a package to your P.O. box and I received it back to my house since it's said unclaimed. Yeah, that's because we closed the P.O. box a while back, and I did announce that the last time I did a Simply Mailogical, so apologies, but yes, I do not have a P.O. box anymore. Please do not send things. Okay, I'm gonna get the video that Ben was trying to link me. What is this, Ben?
Mr. Buddha, ready? 1, 2, 3. I like that. Oh, buddy.
Ben sent me this. Oh my god! That's what it's for!
Well, our biggest concern with Buddha is, of course, his weight. He would be considered morbidly obese for a feline, even given his frame
The
size.
chunky kitty!
We're primarily concerned about letting him lose weight in a healthy manner.
Oh
meaning
my
that
god, the
he
chunky
fast diet.
kitty! I
We
just
do
want
not
to see the
provide him
chunky
with
kitty.
enough calories while he's losing weight. We don't want to put his body in shock and have a very sick kitty on our hands.
So it's
our
for
goal is
cats.
to get him to lose weight in a very supportive and
That's so cute! I mean, that's sweet and
And
smart.
so we're utilizing the underwater treadmill to help
But I
him
can't believe the
exercise
cat likes
with
water.
the least amount of impact on his
Like,
knees
the
and
cat's like totally cool with it. He's like, yeah, I got this. I'm on the catwalk. 31 pounds. Damn. Zyler was like 22 at some point. Oh my god. Look at it. Oh. Little chonk. I love him.
Working with Animalia is
Okay, first of all, most cats are not this cooperative. when it comes to being in water. Wow. Zyler, I got an activity for you. So yeah, the underwater treadmill that I saw looked like the size of a human hot tub. I wouldn't put a cat in there. I don't even think a dog would be too short for it. It was definitely for a human size, but it was also a pool where you could swim against the current. So you didn't have to walk, you could just swim because there was also a current machine, which was kind of cool. This was just a fascinating thing I saw in the hallways, part of the old charm. It looks like one of the pillars on the staircase was cut in half. It's like half of it had sunken into the wall, into the paint, and I don't know why I found this just so interesting. Like, what happened? Like, half the sphere is in the wall. There was a lot of staircases that went nowhere also. Like, there'd be like a staircase and then there's just wall. Like, nowhere to go. And there was some staircases where you could only go up because you couldn't actually, where you could only go up, and then somewhere you could only go down because not all of them would go to every floor. So it was very confusing sometimes which staircase you're supposed to use. That's on purpose? I don't understand. Why? I don't have staircases like this, or like I don't remember things looking like this in my house growing up. I'm like, what's going on? It looks like it's sinking like quicksand. In person, it makes more sense why it's so confusing, but to me, I'm just like, what happened? Where'd you go? Okay, anyways, things I find interesting. Things sisters do when they're bored. You know, me just looking creepy on the couch. There was a lot of very old photos that kind of had almost, I don't want to say haunted, because I don't know if there's any history about this like actually being haunted. And like some people actually do take that seriously. But there was a lot of old stuff like everywhere. Like the desks were old, the glass was old, the pictures were old. A little creepy. You don't get out much, do you? No, I do not. See? It's a 40-pound baby. Yeah. So that's a 40-pound baby in a chair. They had to make a chair specifically to support the 40-pound baby of St. Anne's. And that 40-pound baby was born in 1802. I don't know. Anyways, what do you guys think? Should I get a couch like this? You have 7 days. I was sleeping for most of the stream because it's 2 a.m. here now. My cat decided to sit on my hair in the middle of the night. What are we looking at? I don't know. What are we looking at? We're looking at Simply and Jen's adventures in a spa that's over 100 years old. Simply, I think you mean antique. Yes, that's also another word for really old things. There was a lot of antiques. But here's dessert, which was not antique because it was fresh and delicious. This was a lemon curd tart. Lemon curd, does that make sense? And it was so good because it was like fresh, made from their bakery, and this was a lemon meringue that tasted like toasted marshmallows. It was perfect. This was the blueberry lavender ice cream. This was strawberry rhubarb. I remember well because their flavors were just so interesting, and they were all I guess homemade is the right word, but they were like locally made by the people who make food for the spa. They use a lot of the farm stuff from nearby, and the local bakery, I think, caters like all of their food. At least that's what I understood. You're making me hungry, I know. The food was so good. The food was definitely like 10 out of 10 in the experience. And it was all free. I mean, we paid for it, but like everything you wanted to order, you could add 1 scoop, 2 scoop, 3 scoops, whatever you want, you can order from the dessert menu. And we ate all of it, and we tried each other's dishes, and there was never anything left on our plates. It was so good. Also something that's really interesting about this place is that it's actually normalized to go to breakfast, lunch, and dinner in your robes. That's just what everyone is supposed to do. So because people are getting treatments like massages or they're going in the pools, everyone just kind of wears their bathing suit and then they wear their robes around, and it's very normal. They literally tell you, there's like a big sign that says like, please wear your robe and here we welcome it. Occasionally someone's like wearing their clothes if they, they've changed for the day and they're not going to the pool anymore, or if they're leaving. Like today I just wore this for lunch because we had to check out of our room before lunch, but then we had lunch and then we left. So occasionally there's people wearing normal people clothes, but for the most part everyone's wearing their robes which is kind of cool because it just lends to the relaxed vibe. You don't gotta worry about anything. And then this was an amuse-bouche, which means it will be fun in your mouth from the chef to cleanse the palate before breakfast, lunch, or dinner begins. Yeah, let's normalize robes, honestly. It's basically like working from home. Is this more of a couples thing or just an open spa? I actually found, not that I did a survey, but if I did a survey, I would think the results would show maybe 80% of the clients were women and like groups of women just chilling. Yo, Ben, love you. Yo, Ben. Why did I say Ben? Why did I say Ben? Oh, I saw the word. I'm like, what am I reading? Yo, Christine, love you, mate, and the cats and Ben. Thank you, Bear Flips table. I worry about literally nothing when I'm wearing my robe at home. Yeah, exactly. That's the vibe. You touched grass? Pog. Yes, I touched so much grass. I walked on so much grass. I probably stepped on cow poo. Like, I'm pretty sure I have cow poo on my shoes. Ben, I need to clean my shoes. Yeah, in terms of who goes there, I mean, I've only been there once, so I was only observing based on who was there this week from Monday to Wednesday, which we intentionally went during the week just thinking it would be less busy, and it wasn't that busy, so I was happy with that. But it was like probably 80% women and groups of women, like ladies who lunch is the vibe. A lot of ladies who lunch. There were a couple couples there, like, I mean, I don't know that they're couples. I guess I'm just assuming. I don't know if they're Siblongs or datinh, right? How could we assume? I guess I don't know. But yeah, it was predominantly groups of ladies. I think there were some couples. Not that many men, but the men I did see all seemed to be with a woman. Ladies who lunch. There were so many ladies who lunch. There was like a table of 12 ladies lunching. They were having the time of their life. I'm sure Beyyyn is allowed. Yeah, boys are allowed. I just think less men maybe choose to come proportional to women, but you know, whatever. Go if you want. Don't go if you don't want. Did anyone recognize you? Not that I was told. But we also kept kind of a low profile as much as possible. Like, the spa makes it so there's so many nooks and crannies where you can just go sit kind of on your own. There's like fires here, there. And there's enough pools that you can kind of go to the corner of the pool. And when you're getting your treatment, it's just you and the person. But no one said anything to me. So, I don't know. Also, if someone recognized me, maybe they thought like, oh, I don't want to disturb her. She's literally at a spa with clearly her sister. So maybe they didn't say anything. I don't know. Which treatments did you get? I got 3 things that my sister signed me up for. I got a massage first, and it was amazing. I always need a good massage. I should be doing it more. I should really get it at least twice a year, but I just like have not gone at all in COVID. I went once, actually, but that's it. I used to get them more regularly because it really helps my back. It helps someone who just like sits like this for most of their job. Like I do painting and typing and keyboarding, you know, I'm sure that's most of you. So yeah, getting a massage in upper back really helps me. So I got a regular like RMT massage. And then I got a exfoliating body treatment, which is half exfoliating your limbs and then half massaging them. So it was like I got another massage. But it was where they take like exfoliating gloves and like rub down all the dry skin. And then after that, they use an exfoliating cream of some sort that has like hydrating properties. They rub it all over your skin. It was like red, like it would stain red. And then they wrap you in hot towels and plastic like Dexter. Like I was thought I was gonna be murdered. And then they make you sit in it for like 5 minutes, and then you go shower it all off. And then after you shower and it's all cleansed off, then they come back in the room and then they basically do a massage, because they have to now put special oils and balms or whatever into your skin now that your skin has been nicely exfoliated. So it wasn't like a mud wrap or anything. Sometimes people will do mud wraps. I've never had a mud wrap, but for anyone who's been to a spa, I didn't do that stuff because I wasn't sure how the mud wrap would behave with my skin. So I played it safe and just did the exfoliating treatment, which is mostly just someone with rough gloves. And then I just checked the ingredients of the exfoliant, which was very gentle. Like it didn't have anything bad in it, but sometimes the muds are a little harsher. So I didn't have any reactions that I can tell. But yeah, the treatment was really good for my super fucking dry skin. So I'm happy that I got it, because now my arms are so soft. Like my back is so soft now. And then the last treatment I got was a foot therapy. So it wasn't quite a pedicure. Like they didn't paint my toenails, but they took off whatever polish. They like softened your cuticles. I told her not to cut my cuticles because I'm like, please don't cut my cuticles. Just push them back gently. And she like filed my feet basically. So all the dry nasties come off, which is great because I definitely don't do enough foot care for myself. I do a lot of nail and hand care because, you know, that's what you guys see, but I do not do enough foot care. Like maybe 3 times a year I'll give myself a pedicure. So it was really nice to have someone do it properly and like exfoliate your entire foot. So love that. And that's it. That's all I did in terms of treatments. Those wraps sound a bit claustrophobic. It was just for like 2 minutes. And it wasn't a full body wrap. There's other people who like actually get wrap. I've never had this, but I've heard it. Like I think it's offered there, where it's a seaweed wrap, where they literally wrap like seaweed on all your limbs. I did not do that. I just had like exfoliator rubbed on me that looked like red. And then they just put a hot towel on you and then some plastic just so the heat kind of gets into your pores, I guess. But that was like for 2 minutes. Did you get to do the treatments alongside Jen, or did she do her own? So yeah, I wish that they had options where you could do 2 people together, so at least we could like talk and hang out like during our foot treatment or whatever. But that's not how they do it. It's really individualized. It probably makes it easier to book things that way. So they just like assign each person to a different, you know, tech or whatever. Profession. I guess there might be some estheticians, some are RMTs. It depends on the service they're doing. But different staff who are there to do treatments. But like if they know that you're together, like me and Jen were together in the same room, they will book our treatments for as much as at the same time as possible. So like if my massage was at 10, they would try and book her massage or her scalp treatment at 10 so that we were both away in a treatment at the same time. So that at least we didn't spend too much time like missing each other between treatments, because we can't miss each other. So yeah, they put effort into booking it for you. You don't really get to choose when it is. They just tell you, here's your itinerary, and then they give it to you after you've told them what you want. But we were apart for every treatment, yeah. The actual wrapping part is to help promote blood circulation in most treatments. Some also like to use the heat of your body to open your pores and help product. Yeah, that makes sense. My skin is so soft now, it feels like I put Rain-X on it though. Like it's repellent to water. Rain-X, the only product. Rain-X is like what you spray on your car window and then you like wipe it off and it makes it more resistant to water and rain. Yeah, okay, that's what my body's like. I've been Rain-X'd. Certain places are better to go in certain times of year. Do you think there would be a certain season best to go to this spot? Better in spring or fall, or would it be nice? I don't know. All the pools are outside. There's also like a big ass pool that was closed because that's only open in the summer. So there's no indoor hot tubs or anything. So, but I think you can go in the hot tubs all year round, but it just like might be really cold outside. So I'm not really sure. I think the fall would be a beautiful time to go because all the trees would look nice. The trees looked ugly right now because there's nothing blooming yet. It's not quite spring. It was too cold, so they're just like looking like empty, naked trees. But, you know, it depends what you're going there for. They waterproofed me. Yeah, exactly. I'm literally waterproof. I showered this morning. The water, it didn't even touch me. Here's a picture of a tiny sink. I was just fascinated with how small this sink is. You can see my hand for scale. Some of you have commented that you think my hand is really small because you see it compared to like a HOLO taco bottle or the hand cream. And then you're like, holy shit, your hand is so small. So my small hand, beside this tiny sink, the smallest thing I've ever seen. It was like in a small bathroom somewhere. But I think this is just like an old house thing, right? I've never seen a sink this small in my life. And yes, I've been to older homes. And yes, those sinks are smaller than like standard sinks. But this sink was like the size of my hand. Why is it so small? Like, was it for children? I don't know. It's for 40-pound babies. It's probably just because they didn't have room. The washroom in the gym was so small that there wasn't enough room to stand up in front of the toilet. And like, I guess it's just like old house things, right? Like, I'm sure people who've lived in or currently live in old house are like, yeah, that's just like how things were built. You know, things weren't measured twice, or people were smaller then, or whatever. But there's very interesting things about this resort or spa or some of their amenities where it's like, who put that there and why did they do it like this? Was it low to the ground? Yeah, it felt like it was lower than it should be. Yeah. It's a bathtub for cats. Yeah, maybe. Here's afternoon tea. Afternoon tea. Okay, see other people in robes. Jen's wearing a Good Life Fitness shirt. She has never worked there. I think she just, had it from when she worked out there. This was after one of our morning workouts. We went for afternoon tea. And see, people in robes. And I think she was eating a cherry tomato. But here's an example of the afternoon tea platter that was kind of standard. Like, you didn't really choose, but you did get to choose between their standard offerings. Then they also had vegetarian or vegan. So they were very like accommodating. So we tried the standard one. And then I also tried the vegetarian to see more of their veggie choices. And it was so good. What's on here? They're like, it was almost like a chip with like pâtés. This was avocado cream and an egg. This was like a sausage or something with a crusty little crouton. I don't even remember, but it was so good. My mouth is watering like thinking about it. Like, no food will ever taste as good. It felt very fancy because it was. This was a little pepper, a sweet bell pepper that was grown in their garden. So what's interesting is a lot of their food, including like the chickens, were small, like smaller than how I understand chickens and peppers to be at my local supermarket here in Ottawa. And I think that's because they grow it locally on their farm and they're not necessarily like doing whatever farmers do to make things grow bigger or maximize the size. Like, this is not my area of expertise, but all the veggies and everything were much smaller. But they all tasted so good, like super sweet if it was like a pepper. And the tomatoes were so savory, like amazing. This was like pickled asparagus, which I love. And then there was a dessert tray that had a cranberry scone. Ben would have loved that. Mini veggies, mini sinks. You went to Smurf Veggie Village. Wow, I can't talk. You went to Smurf Village? Yeah, basically. Or little baby Smurfs. This was I think this was a shortbread cookie. That was a macaron. You can't really see it, but it was an orange and chocolate macaron. And then there was like a chocolate date bowl. And tea, of course. I had so much tea. But yeah, just like you look around and there's all these ladies who lunch, having afternoon tea. Felt very fancy. It's wonderful. All organic? Yeah, I think so. They may be growing heirloom varieties, which tend to be smaller but more flavorful. Yeah, I had one of their tomato soups. Holy shit. I was like, tomato soup doesn't sound that interesting, but it was the soup of the day. And it was so delicious. Like, oh my God, I can never have tomato soup out of a can ever again. I'm behind. What the fuck is a lady who lunches? It's my description of the type of clientele who goes to this spot. It just looks like a lot of ladies who lunch. You know what I mean? Like, there's groups of ladies who lunch. I don't know what I mean by that. Here's a frog, though. There's a frog that had a big, thicky lunch. You almost couldn't see him because he's green. And he was just sitting, chilling. There was actually quite a few frogs. I don't remember the last time I've seen a frog in real life. Like a long time ago. Probably when I was on a canoe trip or something. But they had giant, like he was like this fucking big. Like a giant little fucker. And he was just chilling there, blending in. You know, trying to blend in with the world. Hope no one sees him. Can relate. A chameleon frog, yeah, maybe he's looking for chameleon coat. Frogs are green? Well, aren't they like whatever color they stand on? Right? Isn't that what certain amphibians do? Is a frog an amphibian? Or is it like a cold-blooded something? I don't remember. That unit in school was a long time ago. Frogs don't change color? Oh. Okay, I swear I thought they did. But what the fuck do I know? A frog is an amphibian. Frogs come in all colors. Is Canada still cold? Yes, Canada's still cold. Whatever they are, they're turning gay. Yeah, all the frogs are gay where I went, actually. You can tell. Just look at him, a little gay frog. Love him. Love that for him. Oh, that was it. Okay, that's it. That's all my pictures. Yeah, that's it. I'll leave you with this one. Any other questions about my trip? If you just joined in later, then yeah, it was, we went to St. Anne's Spa, which is east of Toronto. In Grafton, Ontario, a place I've actually never heard of before. It's about like an hour and a half away from Toronto area. Probably more like 2 hours. So it's somewhere in between Toronto and Ottawa, and my sister took me there because she got me this trip for our birthday, for my birthday present. Can you take me there? Okay. How much tea did you have? Like 18 cups. Like tea, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and afternoon tea. And then in between, because they had tea stations, I would just like go to the tea station at any given time where I had 5 minutes. What was your favorite part of the trip? Probably the tea. The tea. No, but it was fun hanging out with Jen too. And being able to go in the sauna and like jump back and forth between the pools and the sauna. I love the steam sauna. It was so good. Isn't your birthday in October? Yes. But, you know, COVID, so we didn't go then. We went now. Jen's kind of hot. I know. She is my sister, though, so back off. How is Beyyyn? He's good. Ben was lost without you on Water Monday. Oh, Ben. Don't worry, I'm back. I was only gone for like a couple days. Like it wasn't even that long. But yeah, I had a good time. It was nice and relaxing. Thank you, Jamie. Would you go again? And did you get recognized? Glad you got some self-care time. I would go again, but I don't think it's something that I'm like rushing to go and do immediately, because it's like one of those experiences I think that is fun, but I'm ready to get back to my life. I feel like it sounds so stupid saying this. I'm sure some people can relate, but I'm so exhausted from relaxing. Like I'm just tired. I can feel it in my voice. Also, we were doing a lot of driving, so there's that. And interaction with other people, you know, like it's just a lot. I would go back to St. Anne's though. Yeah. Not sponsored, but it's also expensive. It's an expensive spot. I mean, like anything that's going to be all inclusive with this kind of stuff is going to be pricey. So yeah, it's not like a day spa. Like there's day spas here in Ottawa, like Nordique is one, or not Ottawa, like in Quebec, more near me, where it's much more reasonable to pay to go for the day. Like a lot of people do that around here. I think this is more of an overnight couple day commitment where you pay for an entire itinerary of things. So it's a bit different than some spas that are just like open, like you decide where you go. And if you want a treatment, then like you're going to book that time, as opposed to the spa taking the reins and designing the itinerary for you. So yeah, so not something I would do all the time, but I definitely had a good time, and I appreciate Jen taking me there, because she knows I probably would never have booked this myself. They do offer day spa. Yes, I think it's probably less common though, because you can kind of tell from everyone who's there that they all kind of have a room there. There's like less people using the lockers and more people just going up to the lodges. You can also rent cottages there. There's lots of people renting cottages nearby. So it's cool. Did you get something for Ben? I actually did. I got him an entire loaf of banana bread by the local bakery because I wanted to make sure it would, you know, stay good in the car. So I got one that was like packaged nicely. Couldn't really bring him home a plate of food because that would probably spoil. But yeah, I did bring him home a banana bread. So, of course. Ben, yeah, you have to try it and compare it to local banana bread from here and see which is better. All right, well, I'm going to end it there. I kind of want to go to bed. It's like 8:30. I'm like, why am I exhausted? But yeah, I will see you guys on Saturday. The theme of the stream is TBD, to be determined. I'm not entirely sure yet. I got to first of all, I have to go through 1,800 emails and figure out all the things I missed in the last few days. But I wanted to hang out and chill with you guys first and be like, hi, I'm back. Here's what we did. So, yeah, thanks for hopping on and hanging out with me. And, yeah, thanks for the short but sweet stream. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Shout out to the mods, of course. And all the Menchie Gang members and everyone else joining me in the chat. All right, see you guys on Saturday. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.